So I am doing this quick little video because when I did my live earlier today, my block would have supposed to be a 6.5 by 6.5, and I realized when I was displaying my beautiful work of art that it was actually the wrong size. And of course I didn't realize that until after I did this. And that is the problem with doing just doing it on paper or in your head. You wind up making a mistake. That's why I like to do the original block in the baby fabric first, so I can see if there are any mistakes, if I've got a measurement off or whatever. But last night I'm thinking, oh no problem, I'll just do it, and you know, I know I've got it, it's fine, everything's good. And sure enough, I go to do the block in front of everybody and bam, live and learn, right? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to show you a fix for this. So basically what this means is go ahead and do the blocks in the 8.5 inch that I originally did it in, and then put this fix to it. So the gist is the block is 2 inches too large. So we're going to do some cutting. But what's going to happen is we're only going to cut out an actual 1.5 inches, because when we stitch it together, we're going to be stitching together 1/4 inch, which is going to take up that 1/2 inch. So we are going to be doing a 2 inch. And if I mess it up again, wow, right? Just wow. Okay, let me see something here. This block is right. Okay. All right, so I'm going to tilt you down so you can see what I'm doing here. So here's my block. Okay. This is one of the ones I had today, and I'm going to go ahead and use a Sharpie only because what we're cutting out we're not going to see anyways. And I got my handy dandy. Okay, so this is just going to be a quick thing. We're only going to spend about 15-20 minutes on this. So find the center, and to find the center, basically you're going to be measuring from here to here, and you're going to be using that for your points. Okay, so and it should match up with the seam right here, but you know what? Sometimes it doesn't. So if it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay. Let's see. And of course, it didn't tell me. I see 3 people on here, but I don't know who it is. Oh, hey, Brenda. Welcome back. Okay, so, and you know, we're gonna do this real quick. Okay, so for anybody who's just joined, I'm going to show you how to fix the block that I messed up today. So it's 8.5, and it should actually be 6.5. So we're going to take out 2 inches by taking out 1.5 inches. Okay, so I'm using my Sharpie only because we're going to cut this part out anyways. And I'm just going to draw a line right down the middle. Okay. And it doesn't matter that I'm using a Sharpie because we're going to cut that part out. Okay, then we're going to come to the other part, and we're going to draw another line. Now this is going to work, keeping my fingers crossed, tongue-in-cheek, because we need to take out that 2 inches. And this block supposedly is pretty accurate, so we're going to go with that. All right, so okay, once we have that part done, you don't need your pen anymore. You can put it away. And let me make a little space here so that when we're done with this part. All right, so we need to remove 2 inches. So we're going to take off 1.5 inches. And we didn't do the drawing. I need to do the drawing. So after I'm done with this, I'm also going to do the drawing. Because I realized later I did not do it. Okay, so if we're using the center, we're going to take out 1.5 inches. To take out 1.5 inches, we actually need to take out 3/4 inch on both sides. So we're going to line this up on 3/4 inch. And once you get it, go ahead and cut it. And let me tell you, when I was getting ready to cut this, I was definitely breathing heavy. I was like, oh my gosh, uh-oh. Please tell me I didn't just do that. I did, didn't I? No. Oh, God. I was in panic mode, y'all. I thought I had my ruler turned the wrong way. Okay. So if you match up your 3/4 inch on this side of the line, you're going to see that it is actually 1.5 inches. So we're going to go ahead and cut right down. In fact, it follows 1.5 inches all the way through. All right, so we have just cut 1.5 inches out of the center. And this is going to be our 2 inches that we needed to remove. And then we're going to do the same thing for the little pieces. 3/4 of an inch on one side. And this actually works out kind of cute because I used my blue one, even though my measurements were off on the blue. It's kind of mangled, but if I move it fast enough, then you really can't see my mistakes, right? Okay. Anyways, sorry. Now, again, we're going to do 3/4 of an inch on this side, and if you look, sure enough, it's at 1.5 inches. We're going to cut right there, get that out of the way. All right, now we have 2 of our corners. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and finish it up on this. Now, yes, you're going to have to do this to all 4 blocks, especially because if we try on this and then come back and redo it, it's not going to be the same because this block is actually a 2.5 inch block, which makes it a 2 inch block. So let's get this. Okay. All right. Now we have all 4 pieces. Well, hey, Miss Kathy, I see you made it on. You know, Miss Kathy, when I was talking to you today earlier, I realized that we didn't do the drawing. I was so distracted and distraught over my mess up that I completely forgot about the drawing. So as soon as we are done with this, then we're going to do the drawing. Okay, so what I did is I took 1.5 inches. Where did I put that little piece? I don't know where I put that piece. There it is. Okay, so we took 1.5 inches right out of the middle. I drew along this, down the center lane in one way and center lane this way, and then I took out that 1.5 inches right down the middle of the fabric. Okay, so now we have 4 little corners, and I'm going to measure this when I'm done because hopefully I measured it right. Tomorrow for the course. I was telling Miss Sheila, because I had to stop by and drop off some of her stuff, that I'm actually planning on taking tomorrow off. My brain is just complete mush. And so we're going to take tomorrow off, which I'll still be on. I'll come on around 3:30, but we're not going to be doing any blocks. We're just going to be chit-chatting and catching up with each other. Now, hopefully, when you match up the seams, all of the seams should go right together because it was a pretty gosh darn good block. So let's make sure I got that right. And then make sure this piece goes together. So, turn, make sure I get my corners in there good. Okay. And we're going to do both of them. I think I still have some block guts thread. I'm not going to call it block guts. Try and keep those edges together really, really good. Okay, and then let's do the other one. Match those seams up. And like I said, they should go right together. If you got those measurements pretty accurate from the original block, then this should work like a charm. Should. All right. But don't worry, if you're not on when I do the drawing here today, yeah, we'll just wait and do it tomorrow. Even though I'm not gonna be on to do a block tomorrow. Okay, so that's 1/2. Now let's see. And I don't have my tablet on right now. I decided this is just a little 15-minute window that we're doing here. I think I got bit by a mosquito, darn it. hate getting bit by mosquitoes. They itch. They bite. All right. Once we have that half done, then we're going to go back and we're going to put them together like this. And again, match up those seams as best you can. I'm going to do my center seam first. And then go back and check this one, because this is where my blue one got messed up when I was matching up the seams. They didn't quite match up, but that was because that fabric is so messed up. But these I cut myself, so I know these should all be 2.5 inches. Well, the jelly roll part is like all 2.5 inches. Okay, so let's get this lined up in here, and then pretty soon we're fixing to see the proof in the pudding, or the, yeah, you know how that goes? The proof is in the pudding. Going kind of slow because I want to make sure I don't whiz right through this. Put that out. All right, now let's see. How'd we do? Trim up a little bit of thread here. I know, I'm building anticipation. What do you think? All right. Oh, they turned out well. The seams turned out pretty good. That's my first priority is to check the seams. All right. So there is. This should be 6.5 by 6.5. So let's just pull out the little measure thingy here and see how I did. See if I fixed it. Well, hello, Miss Bella. Today's block got messed up because I have COVID brain. So let me iron this real quick. So this is kind of my fix for this, is to show you how to fix it. So this is how the block ended up, and I kept saying, yeah, it's 6.5 by 6.5, and it's not 6.5 by 6.5. That stupid thing is way too big. Okay, but even now it still looks kind of big, but that's okay, because I'm going to iron it real quick and we're going to take a look. It's not real hot yet, so it's not. Okay. So here we go, 6.5. That's the half on the edge. So we're going to lay it down, and then other than I just need to iron a little bit better on this corner, it looks like it's 6.5 by 6.5. Yay! All right, so that is the fix for block number 12 that I screwed up, because I did screw that up, by the way. That was my bad. All right. So any questions? Hey, Miss Janice. So this is what it should end up looking like. This is what it looks like right now. Yes? No. Yes? No. Well, it's supposed to be this direction. Right? Yeah, this way. So this is what I ended up with today, but this is what I should have ended up with today. So if we take the 2 inches out of the middle, and when I say 2 inches, we're taking 2 total inches, but by doing that, we're cutting 1.5 inches out of the center this way and this way. Make sure you watch this video at least 2 times if you need to see what I did to get this to the 6.5 inch block. And we're going to need to do all 4 just like this. So here was my first fix, but remember this one is kind of, the seams are a little off. So I'm moving it fast so you can't see my mistakes. So, but this is, that was the one from earlier today. And this is the one from now. That's a no. That's the yes. No, yes, no, yes. This is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so 3:30 tomorrow. Yes, I forgot to do the drawing. So I was gonna say let's do that today now, but I think what we should do is do it tomorrow. There will not be a block tomorrow. I need a break, guys. My brain is just toast. So tomorrow I will get on at 3:30 to do the drawing, and we can just chit chat while we also mask or so whatever we're working on. So 3:30 to 4:30 tomorrow, just a hangout session, no blocks, no pressure for getting something together. I'll have something by Thursday. I'll have that last block. And again, if your jelly roll is finished, which I'm pretty sure we just came to the end of that one jelly roll, I had to break into my second one. You can end your top right now with the 12, basically 13 blocks. Or we can go to 20 and you just maybe add something else to it. Go to some batiks or something else to make it up. Maybe do solids to just kind of add it in there. Whatever you want to. It does not have to be perfect. This is not about being perfect. I know we like it all to match. We're all that kind of, you know, we're all sewists and seamstress and we just love that kind of stuff. But, aw, lots of sad faces. I'm so sorry. But I come back tomorrow at 3:30. We will have a fun session tomorrow, just us sewing together, no blocks, no worrying about that. We'll just chit chat and, you know, it'll be a good time for y'all to get in and just start asking questions or talking about something else other than me. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget 3:30 tomorrow. I promise, please don't let me forget. We will do it first thing and draw for the fabric, okay? You guys were great. Thank you so much for putting up with me and my wayward brain. You guys are great. I love you. Mwah.